So things are heating up for the NBA playoffs, and last night we got to see a marquee matchup in the West with the Golden State Warriors taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Warriors have been so good with Jimmy Butler on the floor, and that's because now they can actually execute what they have been trying to do this entire season. The stuff has always been there, the creativity has always been there, but when it was kind of just Curry, defenses were able to zero in on exactly what the Warriors were doing. Curry basically had to shoot above 50% from 3 to give the Dubs a chance to even come close to winning. But now with Butler, everything has changed and continues to change, because even when he doesn't score, he makes a big impact. He does everything from playmaking to providing some post scoring to just making shots, dishing out assists, playing elite defense, and just being intense. He is one of what I would say is the 10 to 15 players in the league that can affect a game just based off his presence. And the Warriors right now might be playing the best team ball in the NBA right now as we are heading into the playoffs. What the Warriors and Curry are so good at is offensive manipulation. Because of the threat that Curry is from behind the arc, defenses have to fight through screens. They have to use two guys to defend screens, which always leaves someone open, and Curry really is an underrated passer. Obviously, he's not going to go down as like a Steve Nash or anything like that, but he often likes to look corner and throw it inside, and because he creates these 4-on-3 or 3-on-2 mismatches all the time off screens, he's able to find the open guy. So throughout the course of a game, the Warriors get a lot of wide open shots, and that is why they've been winning so much over the second half of the season. Let's look at some game film from this win over the Nuggets. Starting with this action right out of the gate, Pod starts with the ball, he swings it to Butler up top, Moody on the weak side of the floor uses a Draymond Green screen, Butler swings it, and that is a shot that Moody will make almost every time. The Warriors under Steve Kerr have always been a team that prioritizes off-ball movement, and throughout a game, if the execution is there and people are making shots, it really is unstoppable. And it's easy for defenses to want to take possessions off because it's exhausting to deal with it. Also, one thing the Warriors are really good at is executing when there is not a lot of time left on the shot clock. Because here, there was just 5 seconds, the Nuggets think they have them right where they want, but Curry comes flying around, he instantly becomes a threat to let one fly, but instead, since he drew so much attention away from the paint, he was able to throw it into Draymond, who still had plenty of time to finish, and Butler was there and would have had a chance to clean up the mess if he missed, but good finish by Draymond nonetheless. And then here, I don't even have to say much. Curry has been doing this so much throughout his entire career that it almost is just like a layup. This is pure God-given talent mixed with hours and hours in the lab. It's unguardable, and Steph can do this 3 to 4 times a game, and sometimes even more. When I talked about Jimmy Butler being an inside player and bringing sort of a post presence to the team, this is kind of what I meant. He just gets in there and does the dirty work. He drove in, he was not able to finish, but Post was able to get the rebound because of the fact that he has a lot of length and also just how much attention Jimmy drew from that shot. He missed the putback though, but Butler was able to get it to go because we all know that third time's a charm. And here again, right before halftime, same thing, great ball movement, ball gets out to the corner, Butler swings it, and as soon as he does, he stays involved with the play, which is something that many other players would not do. And he just timed up his jump while the ball was about to come off the rim, while everyone else was standing around and watching. It is the little things like that that will allow you to steal a playoff game, and that is why Jimmy Butler is so valuable to this team. Looking at some of the numbers from this game, Steph Curry had 36 points in 32 minutes. He was 13 of 24 from the field, 7 of 15 from behind the arc. Solid night, to say the least. He also had 2 rebounds with 5 assists and 2 steals to add to that. Moses Moody played 25 minutes. He had 8 points with 3 rebounds. He also had 2 steals. Really, the starting lineup on the defensive end, they were just pests, man. I don't know how many they totaled up to. I think it was around the 10 to 12 range in terms of steals. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. I can confirm that they had 12 steals, and that is gonna get it done, especially against a team like the Nuggets. Draymond Green played 30 minutes. He only had 8 points, but he did have 3 rebounds and 3 assists, and he had a steal and a block, and he was plus 14 and 4 of 8 from the field. So a night like that is certainly acceptable, especially when he does what he did defensively, just in terms of getting everyone in the right spots and executing himself. Jimmy Butler had 19 points with 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 big steals, and he was 6 of 13 from the field and was perfect from the line, and he led the Warriors in plus minus, being plus 21. And then Pods was the second leading scorer. He played 35 big minutes and had 26 points with 8 rebounds and 6 assists, and he had 2 steals. He actually was pretty close to getting a triple-double, and he was an ultra efficient 10 of 16 from the field and 4 of 8 from 3. So a very solid game from him, one of his best of the season so far. If he can do this in the playoffs, man, the Warriors Warriors are going to be even more scary than what they already are. In terms of the bench play, there really was not that much production if I'm being completely honest. Jonathan Kuminga had 6 points, Kevin Looney had 7 and 7, Buddy Hield had 5 and 2, and then Quentin Post only had 3 points, but the 3 he hit was in a big situation to cut the lead to 3, and he was like 3 feet from behind the top of the arc. I do remember that one, big momentum changer, but overall, like I said, not too much production out of the bench, but the starting lineup was able to do the heavy lifting, and that is what you love to see. Now in terms of the defensive end, I thought the Warriors were really solid. Holding Denver to 104 points is exactly what you want to do every single time. Obviously, you're not going to in a 7-game series, but if they could hold them to under 110 like 2 or 3 games, I think the Warriors seriously could take them down. Nikola Jokic is going to get his, and they let him. He had 33, 12, and 9. Just missed that triple-double by 1 assist, and then Michael Porter Jr. had 23, 9, and 2. But outside of that, Braun had 16, Gordon had 15, but nobody else was in the double digits in terms of scoring. So really the mindset was let the big dogs get theirs and then stop everything else, and the Warriors executed that game plan perfectly. It's crazy that we are getting to this point in the NBA season, but now for the Warriors, there are only 5 games left. And these games are going to be super important for the seeding, and also just for the Warriors to prove to themselves that they are at where they want to be at heading in to the real thing. Also, as much as I hate to say this because I think it's stupid, the Warriors do control their own destiny, and they control who they might want to play, because right now they are matched up against Denver and they just beat them, so I don't think they would have any problem with that matchup. But if they want to play the Lakers, they could drop a few games to maybe move below the Timberwolves to that 6th seed, because right now the Lakers are number 3. But let me know in the comments below who you would want to play. Personally, I would rather play the Nuggets over the Lakers if I was a Warriors fan, because I think playoff Bron and Luka together, I think that can be dangerous. I know Nikola Jokic is like the best player in the league, but still, they already just beat them at a crucial point in the season when everything is ramped up. I think the Nuggets would be the best matchup, but again, let me know in the comments below and let me know the reason why. Enough of me yapping though, here's what some of the guys had to say in their post-game interviews following this win.
And after that first quarter, we got them under control defensively, and just a brilliant effort from all of our guys. I was amazed at how much juice they had given the travel and the schedule.
Steve, what did flip in the second quarter there?
I'm sorry?
What flipped in the second quarter there?
Just our physicality. I thought we got into the ball and we're more physical. The first quarter, they were just doing anything they wanted. Jokic was incredible, and they were hitting everything. So started forcing turnovers. We forced 26 for the game, and it felt like the second quarter was when it changed.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also let me know what you would like to see next, and until next time, I will see you all later.